Hello! Welcome back to Gategully, a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play from My Give Me Enough Dice, where I try and turn the shattered remains of a fortress into the mountain home. Or, slightly more accurately, I try and make what used to be a really rather nicely functioning fortress into the mountain home. Delayed only slightly by the fact that I killed all but one of my dwarves. I think that's slightly more accurate. Do I have any coffins in the minute? I don't know. No. Oh, I do. I do have coffins. Yay, coffins, my favourite thing. Building coffins is not why I suddenly started recording again, actually. I started recording again because of Doran. I don't know how to pronounce that I with a thing of it. Thickcut Lathon mechanic is taken by a strange mood. Strange mood, so we'll follow. Now, I'll follow and unpause, because following and not unpausing is a bit silly. It really isn't that long ago, well, basically before Kakapo, BK, before the dread Kakapo riots, that I'd stopped being interested in strange moods. Because I had, as I believe I've mentioned, a pretty, well-functioning fortress. I had pretty much anything you could possibly want. And I very rarely got into the stage of, oh dear lord, please let this strange mood not involve a thing I don't have. But obviously now that is no longer the case. I just recently had someone. There was a possession rather than a standard fey mood. Are we taking a mechanics workshop? That's interesting. So, mechanics workshop. Follow. No. That didn't work. That failed. There we go, follow. So now I can't actually be, comfortable with the notion that this individual will find absolutely everything they need. Like I said, I had a possession not too long ago where they were asking for cloth, and they had cloth. And I was going through, and I thought, no, they've got all the cloth that they need. The cloth, there is cloth available in all the various different types and sorts of cloth. But they couldn't find, there was some cloth they couldn't find. And I even opened up the caverns to, try and get silk and that. Even though I'm fairly sure I had silk available, but there's always this problem that maybe somebody's taken the barrel or the bin that has that silk cloth in it, although I did check and I couldn't see anything. In the end, it just seemed to be ordinary plant fibre cloth. And it may have been as simple as they wanted just a plant fibre cloth. They already had one type. Maybe it was just as simple as they wanted a second type of plant fibre cloth. So that was slightly worrying because where are you going? That's interesting. I don't know where you're going. See, there aren't any stockpiles out here apart from that wood stockpile. You notice my frame rate just plummets when we're outdoors these days. Oh, possibly because there's... I don't know what that rain... all this red stuff is, actually. Is there anything in the thing? I think those are falling leaves, because it's late autumn. So I think those are meant to be falling leaves. So the only stockpile I can think of that this individual might be going for is this bit of wood here. But why that bit of wood? Dwarves are so weird. Yeah, so Anyway, yeah, possession. Did eventually get it sorted, but I don't know where you're going. What on earth are you looking for? Oh, goodness me, someone's at the door. I'll do you a moment. Why don't we watch this for a bit in silence? I'm very sorry about that. Basically, we're making stuff out of limonite, maybe? Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. A postman left a box next door, a box for next door, for me, and that's the person from next door picking it up. And ordinarily I would have stopped or paused or something, but I don't. I'm using the Open Broadcast software. And I don't know if you can do that. Yeah. And like I say, I could gluing 2 bits of video together, given the way that Open Broadcast software, what the format of video it records, and the format that my editing software seems to cope with. Pausing it doesn't, I don't think I'd be able to do that. Anyway, what's this guy up to? This guy has gone and he has grabbed the furthest piece of limonite he could possibly find, I think. Pretty much. I mean, there's limonite. Right, he's going to be forever, so let's not. Right, so he's claimed this mechanic's workshop. I wonder if there's any limonite. Oh, look! Oh, if there's any limonite, look at the limonite, it's right next to him. Don't know why he went all around the houses. Really bizarre. The other thing I've suddenly remembered that I need to talk to you about. I don't need to talk to you about it, it'd be interesting. I don't know if they keep old things. I think they do. Right, Berserk. No, Berserk, that's why, because no. Berserk. Right. Now you remember there was a merchant who was wandering about, and he kept coming back into the fortress. Well, eventually he did in fact get out of the fortress. Oh, go away. I love it. Thank you, Windows. When I say go away, I don't mean shove the thing right back in my face. Anyway, so eventually, the guy got out, and started heading north. And it was roundabout. Well, I can actually find out more or less exactly where. Berserk. It's not Berserk. Anyway, I'm doing stupid things. It was right here, right? Walking, and suddenly he and the water buffalo went berserk. Right? It was just the most ridiculous thing. Don't know if I can find it without searching for it. But yeah, they both went nuts, which was exceedingly odd. And admittedly, then they just kept walking, and then they left. So they left the level, and so they were gone. But it's just a really weird thing to happen. But they did eventually get out of the. They've gone home, but they 2 steps away from the edge of the map. They just went, we're berserk! Let's keep walking. I thought I was going to have to set up my military again and go beat them up or something along those lines, but no, they just went and kept walking. Yeah, it was just. I mean, Dwarf Fortress is a strange place. If that's the Limonite that my strange mood dwarf just left behind, I'm going to be quite cross. Because what's very likely, what may have happened, is that they kind of reporting crimes. So someone's reporting a crime. No, it's not that piece of limonite. Okay, I have no idea what that piece of limonite was. What can happen if people are hauling is that they haul for a distance and then they get tired, so they drop whatever they're hauling. So I have no idea why there's a lump of limonite just sitting there. That doesn't make any sense. While we are here, I have a sneaking suspicion. Yes. What's happening here is what I'm trying to correct here is that I don't want dwarves standing on these bits of landscape unless they need to, because they end up having really weird paths. Like this individual pretty clearly went, up and over instead of around and stuff like that. That's just stupid. Oh, right, I'll just leave you to get on with it. Yay! Coffins. Coffins are the best. That's not true. But, coffins are nice. They're vitally necessary. Yeah. I can make more coffins. Because coffin making is actually governed by workflow. You're probably going to be making coffins like forever. Alt W, Shift S. Coffins of any material, yeah. So I've asked for 35. But that's just the stock that's going to be made. There's going to be 35 stock. But they're just going to keep making them until they get up to 35. But of course they're not going to get up to 35 because as soon as one gets made, I'm going to instantly place it. So experiencing emotional shock. Beginning to wonder. I mean, I don't know if this is even remotely possible, but I'm beginning to wonder if what I should do with my dwarfies, if I ever get any more. Oh, I've got more ghosts. Great. F2. If I've there we go. Is anyone else? No. Okay. I don't know if they're going to do that quickly enough. But oh my God! What was I saying for that dwarf? Annoyed me. Dwarf ghost punching. Yeah. Oh yeah, migrants. In theory, I'm going to get more migrants. And all this thing about being horrified and emotional shock and running away from things because they're scared. My understanding is that's all taken up by the discipline skill. And discipline is trained by being in the military. So I wonder if it might not be a bad idea, next time somebody, next time some migrants turn up, is to actually make a completely separate area for them, right? The new migrants. Oh God, I've got a lot of spare coffins all of a sudden. And literally you just boot camp them, right? Oh, that's already taken. Right, so you boot camp them and you set them to training, and you get their discipline up nice and high, and only then do you put them into the civilian population. So they're going to have, they're just going to be able to cope better with the horrors of the shattered remains of Gategully. That's the theory. Don't know if it's a very good theory, but it is a theory. So coffining is going on, so that's good. I'm trying to remember how many wide this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17. I thought, yeah, I had a vague memory for being 17. So I've lost 215, technically 214 doors, divided by 17. That's going to be 13, well 12 and a bit, so 13 rows, which I do not have, obviously. Possibly if I started filling in some of these, I could do it. And slightly less, I don't need 13 more, because I can't remember when I started adding coffins. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I'd have to, if I start filling up and I don't slab them, then that's fine. The other option is to add to the sides here, which I can do the same here, in fact, as well. Just kind of. This is my initial, completely, inadequate graveyard. And this is the first big expansion. So I might have to just do another one. I think some doors. I think someone just added a new coffin in there. Here we go. I mean, ideally, I'd wait, and so I can just do an entire row at once. And clearly, that's not what I've done. Just get them done as soon as. Oh, yeah, slab. Engrave that slab. And as soon as you finish that, I can just chuck that down. Get rid of that ghost. Come on, carve. Carve like your life depended on it. Which you might do in several fairly non-abstract ways. Okay. What if I should make these memorial halls? I seem to recall being vaguely worried that oh, that's done. It's been done. I recall being slightly worried that if I did that, doors would start kind of hanging out there. But if I'm going to be having people wandering to and from, burying people and stuff like that, then maybe it would be a good idea. Because they're going to be, that means they're going to be spending time in a memorial hall, which they're going to be doing anyway. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Gonna actually place a door here. I'm just doing this temporarily to enable me to grab, I think this one, and then just size it up to the whole room. So even a fake door will stop the flood fill of defining the size of a room, which I should use more often, actually. More coffins. Someone got that slab yet? Not yet. I'm beginning to think that I have got all the corpses. So it might be time to start opening up item hauling. Burial is still, an issue. Because most of the corpses are in fact, most of the corpses are in fact out here in the refuse piles. Obviously they're still going to have to get buried, but that might start being less of an issue, less of a problem. So I might be better off, and this might soon be the time to start hauling items, getting things tidier. So what the hell? With 20 odd dwarves, I think I'm still going to have everybody hauling. I don't think I'm going to start doing anything clever. Like, making people who are doing a job and not doing anything else. And I will also... I'm just going to reclaim... because I forbade a whole bunch of stuff, so I think I'll reclaim it. I may or may not regret that. But then I can always turn off item hauling again if I really feel that it's getting in the way. Look at you and your limonite, nearly there, look at you. It's going to be the longest. I hope that they, a dwarf with a strange mood doesn't get upset just from the length of time it takes them to get the stuff. Because if, hopefully the fact that they are contributing to their mood by moving stuff. So I would hope that they are happy with that, and that makes them, they're moving that along quite nicely. Hopefully they, so they don't just go, I'm gone mad, because it took too long. You never know though, they're just mad. Who knows what goes on in the brains of dwarves? But I have to admit that dwarf really just took the longest possible time. That's not actually strictly speaking true. Right down here is limonite to be found. So I suppose could have come down here to get the limonite. Yes, ghost put to rest. And that's the bottom of my dump, which is only useful if these get used, which they're not at the minute. These are my magma forges and magma smelters, but I'm not using them right now. Right, so ghost put to rest, brilliant. That was actually reasonably efficient in between the ghost turning up and getting put down. Not bad. I did not want Z, I wanted a U. That's fine. A lot of creeping eyes down here. This is down in the wet part of the middle caverns. A lot of various interesting beasties. Quickly check to see whether or not any of these need... Nope, one does. These are all resting places. Yep, these are all taken, that's fine. Sweet. Mr. Strange Mood is. Trying to work out whether they've got any further with that, or are they still dragging their limonite around? I think they're still dragging their limonite around. Yeah, there we go. Still dragging limonite. That is going to take quite some time, I think, to sort. Looks like people are grabbing stuff off the wagon, which actually puts. I've been of the opinion for quite some time that they tend not to take things off the wagon when there aren't traders. It's like the depot doesn't exist. But it looks like I'm wrong about that. So there's the thing. That's another body being taken down to be buried. That's good. So burial still looks like, yeah, it's still ongoing. It will be for some time, it must be said. Who's that last ghost? Let's have a quick look. Finely crafted slate memorial to Methos Inodetul. In memory of Methos Inodetul, Bald 67 died of thirst in 138. Slayer of Zhang, Smith, peaceful whipped, loving husband, lover of gold. So probably died way down here in the oh no, those aren't corpses, those are sleepy dwarves. Okay. I think they're just sleeping, I don't think they're resting. Resting being specifically to do with recovering from wounds. And I think they've destroyed the traction bench again. They always destroy the traction bench when they get upset. It's quite irritating. I think they've destroyed the coffers. There are some coffers in here as well. Well, you know, we can always build one of those. Well, let's give them a nice one. Let's give them a nice coffer. Yeah, my infirmary hasn't really helped anybody. I don't think. I don't know if anyone's. Well, actually, that's not true. I do know that back before I destroyed everything, folk did in fact get better from time to time. I ended up with a few people when I kind of like sort by legendary and dwarf therapist. You would get the occasional thing of somebody being a legendary crotch walker because they got a broken bone fixed and then obviously they were on a crutch. They were on crutches for ages, so. That's the thing that actually did work from time to time, which is kind of cool. But you know, in the aftermath of the Kakavau riots, I suspect the medical staff got pretty quickly. So it's kind of difficult to make a good. Working, medical bay when in fact everyone's getting, their faces smashed in. Do I have anyone who is a butcher? I do. Let's see if this will work then. Let's do a search. KV. I'm not quite sure what a KV is, but I can't. They're both. clearly I need to pay a bit more attention to these things. I might cull the water buffaloes. So I certainly don't need all of these bulls. I think I'll just have 2 bulls. I think that'll be best. Because I mean, the number of bulls doesn't change how many baby buffalo you're going to get. It's actually down to the number of breeding females. So those bulls are just taking up valuable grazing space, which is a problem because I have other things that graze. I should probably have a look at that and decide, do I want to make a point of finding other creatures to use as my meat production, things that don't graze. So that looks like we've got all of those. Yeah. It might be a thing to look into, is to find meat animals that don't graze. So because if you actually look upstairs F6 not F5, yeah, clearly the grass is not very good quality because they've just vaporized it. So I don't want to have too many things grazing that if I don't need it to be grazing, then why bother having it grazing? I don't want to do that. Oh, they've made the windmill. I hadn't noticed. They've made the windmill. Sweet. So this is back up running. Although I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't have any jobs in it, so no one's actually milling anything. That's cool. That's cool. I was quite pleased with my windmill. I mean, I don't think actually it's that much of an improvement over the querns and that. But speaking of querns, I must check up on my mandates. No, there is a problem. They're not making windows. Okay. JM, have I put windows? I have. I put it in there. But I don't know if anyone's actually doing it. No, it's all just inactive. Because I've really only got the one glassmaker who's actually the mayor. Yeah, so if anyone is going to be motivated to make those windows, it's going to be that individual. But apparently they don't care enough. They've got whatever else they've been told to do. It's clearly more important than making the windows that they want. And I suppose I could do something about that, but I'm clearly not bothering. Right, I'm going to cut this short because someone's at the door again, so I'll be back in a second. All go today. This is ridiculous. That's another delivery person using me as a proxy. I should probably start refusing or something. Anyway. I wish I could edit this out, but it genuinely... I've tried editing these files before, and it is too much hassle. It just doesn't work. So anyway, I'm going to cut it short there. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you feel that I have deserved such attentions from your good selves. And you can also join us at www.nearenoughdiced.com for all your role-playing game themed podcast and blog needs. Do hope you'll join me again next time, where hopefully I'll not get interrupted by quite so many posties and people delivering parcels. And the other reason I want to cut short is the person who that post is for is probably going to come in and knock on my door at some point. And I think you've had quite enough of that. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have yourselves a very dwarfy day.